Replicon Radio is sponsored by Lex the Hexmaster and the Shadow Army.
Shout
Lex
out to
the
the sponsor.
Hexmaster
In the Shadow Army.
Shout out to the sponsor.
Replicon Radio is brought to you by
Lex the Hexmaster and the Shadow Army.
the Shadow Army.
Hey, if you want to be a sponsor, just shoot us an email. The Replicon.watching at gmail.com. We'd love to have you.
We'll say your name a whole bunch like Lex the Hexmaster.
Don't shoot us an email. Just send us one, please.
I mean, get it to us however you need to. However you need to get it to us, get it to us. We're back up on the YouTube. If you guys are tuned into the live chat over at repliconradio.com.
Yo, what up?
You can head on over to YouTube.
I'm happy you guys found the way.
Well, share it out. Tell your friends because we're back. We're here. We're really doing it. We have a guest.
We're really doing it, guys. We're really doing this.
There was like a fake live stream a minute ago.
This is not another
really
tease. This is not another tease. Psychochaldy. I don't know how to fucking say that.
Oh, did we get you with the first one?
Yeah, right.
I hit live on accident and then had to stop it immediately.
Oh, but then you dirty boy.
We are very unprofessional over here.
I'm hoping
Replicon
everything's working good now. I think we're good. We made it. Sweet. Hell yeah.
Replicon Radio is brought to you in part.
Who's not up on my computer.
These guys are on one. All of a sudden, they took their fucking drugs.
We had enticing conversations off air.
But let's jump on into it, man. We're gonna jump into it.
No.
Rue, stop.
No.
Stop it.
I can just mute your mic and then
No.
people just hear you yelling no in the background.
Yes. No.
You just hear me getting further off into the distance.
Oh my god.
All right. Now let's do the damn thing, man. I'm
hitting
pumped.
the motherfucking button.
Let's do it.
I'm fucking hyped. Let's do it.
We're unmuted.
Do it.
Gee, I gotta turn. I can't even do it.
Don't be scared.
I can't hear
Don't be
anything
scared.
over your.
What are you doing?
Don't be
his,
scared.
His
Don't be
voice
scared.
is ringing in my ear. It's so loud.
You hit the clap
Now
button.
you know how my ears feel when you start singing
You hit
loud
the-
into the earphone.
you hit the
and making
applause
funny
button too
noises
soon.
in my earphone.
Okay,
Yeah, shut the
so-
fuck up.
Okay.
You hit the applause button again.
Leave it up to Oh the Whore to do that song, will you?
Okay, we gotta take it serious now. I hit the button.
Oh shit.
We have
Don't
a
hit the
special
button.
guest. Give it up for our special guest, Gilbert Stites III,
Yeah,
better known as Gibby Stites. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's going on?
What up,
Oh
man?
shit!
Hello.
Was that like the best introduction ever? Like the first 5 minutes of just
That
Replicon?
was, I felt like I was on like Sway in the Morning for a minute. It was one of those introductions.
This is
You got me hyped.
we're just swayed in the evening. Is what this is.
Swayed in the evening. That's what I wear every evening.
Is it swayed?
Yeah, suede, only in the evening.
That's your. He's got his blue suede cashmere pants and shit. He's just
And the shoes. Shout out to Elvis.
hell yeah, blue suede all day.
Yeah, boy.
All
Gibby Stites
evening. All
in the fucking
evening.
building, bro. How are you, man?
Man, I've been good. I haven't seen you guys in about 3 weeks, so that makes me sad. But you know,
Right?
It's crazy because I've seen you. I feel like we talk. I see you in real. I saw you in real life. We keep in contact on the internet and whatnot. But you have not been on Replicon Radio officially since April of 2019, sir.
God damn, 2.5 years almost, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Yep.
quick with the maths.
that's crazy.
2.5 at quick maps.
It's fucking nuts, bro.
Yes, and you guys did my first like real interview. Like, that's the first interview you can find of me. I think I did one in like high school. That doesn't count because you can't
For
find
the
it.
high school newspaper and shit.
Yeah, like who knows like what it may have been,
We
but
got it.
yeah, no, that's my first actual interview as a rapper named Gibby Stites.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, we are very honored to do so, sir.
Fuck yeah, man.
Hell yeah! I mean, shout out to you guys for giving me that look 2 years ago. You were way before a lot of people gave me that look. I'll say that much.
Well, we'll thank you for giving us the time of the day to even do that.
Hell yeah! We could just thank each other all day, but is that what the people want?
Yeah, right?
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, well, hey,
Hey.
thank you.
No.
Thank you for allowing us to move on, though.
Hey, Pete, thank you.
Hey, I just want to thank myself one time.
Absolutely.
I'd like to thank you as well.
Shout out to Dead Body Man. Thank you.
Hell
Yes, yo, and shout out to P. Thank you for helping me run my pop-up merch shop.
Uh-oh.
Don't forget about
I-
Rick.
you
Thank
know,
there
you.
we go.
I've hinted at this a couple times. I told no one that I would tell the story of the pop-up shop until you were here. So no one has
Nice.
heard this story of the pop-up shop. I don't even know what happened at the pop-up shop.
He was
Oh,
wasted.
what?
I mean, I do know, but you know more than I know.
Absolutely. I mean, well, let me just say, it was right after Attack of the Ninjas. And I told a lot of people, go to my hotel room because I'm going to be selling merch. And when I got there, I decided to hop right in the shower instead of setting up the merch for some reason. So as I'm in the shower, I hear people knocking on the door, and I'm like, oh shit, let me put some clothes on. So I did that. And then when I opened the door, it was P and like some people were just already coming, and I forgot that I even really told people to come at that time. I'm going to be entirely honest. So P came in, and long story short, he was like convincing people to buy shit, but in a very how do I put it? Can you word this? How were you convincing people?
This is the part
he was using his.
I was offering up Gibby's.
He was trying to
me and Gibby's relationship status.
Yeah, he was trying to exploit our man bond into something it is not.
For $1,000, I'll tell you about Gibby and our relationship.
Basically, that's what happened.
I may or may not have offered to kiss Gibby if someone purchased a set amount of articles of Gibby Stites pop-up merchandise.
That is exactly what happened. I think he said if they bought my entire discography, that he would kiss me. And I didn't have time to agree nor disagree because nobody took that offer, luckily. They bought other things, thank God.
Nobody wanted it. They did buy things, though, thank God. They just didn't buy all of it.
But he tried. He tried, I will say that. He tried, and that's the most I can say about it. I wish that story didn't have to see the light of day, but now it has. It's in the record.
It was all in love. It was all out of love. What kind of love?
It was all in love, huh?
Oh, yeah.
In love, out of love. It was all about love, man.
It was all love, for sure.
It's not an Astro unless there's a mystery pop-up shop.
Well, that's true. And you know what? And then I think Dustin was doing his pop-up shop like the same time I was doing mine because people were coming up and they were like, I just saw pop-up shop Dustin.
I'm not
going
to lie. Fuck. I thought I was going to that pop-up shop.
Yeah, I believe
someone was like, follow me to the pop-up shop. I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, oh, it's Gibby's pop-up
shop.
Wind up at my room. And then it was Gibby's pop-up shop, and then the bed next to him was all Chuck stuff. And I was like, somebody buy that too. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
I would say that he's a team player. He didn't care whose stuff was getting sold. He was pushing it. Just buy this shit. One way or another. We came here.
Yeah, I ran into Dustin and Mikey during their pop-up at the same time that was going on. That was like...
Yeah, I was going to say, I missed pop-up shop Dustin. I saw his outfit later online, and I missed it.
He was wearing that when he showed up with Twisted at Attack. It's the only time I saw it.
What?
Yeah,
I missed it. I didn't see that outfit
all
weekend.
Fucking thing on and all that shit. It's crazy, man.
Oh, man. What a great weekend it was.
Hell yeah.
It was for sure.
Gibby Stites murdered it. Fuck, he was everywhere, bro.
Oh, dude, thank you. I was definitely around. Like, from the moment I got there Thursday night, I cannot count how many people smoked me out because, you know, I rap about those things, so I can't deny them when they come my way. And I remember Thursday night, about 30 minutes after getting there, I looked in the mirror of someone's hotel room, and I thought to myself, I am violently stoned right now. Like, I look drunk. I am so high. I don't think I had been that high in years. Like, the combination of dabs and blunts and joints that I was not denying, it was bad. I told myself before Attack of the Ninjas, you cannot do this until you get off the stage. Then you can, like, totally do this.
And then you just did it the rest of the weekend.
Pretty much. And I'm going to be honest with you. And then I did it before Attack of the Ninjas, too, and I didn't even mean to. I was like one act away from going on stage, and I was decently sober, like hadn't smoked in about 4 hours. And then Whipstick came over, and he was like, "Hey, want to smoke this blunt?" And I was like, "Yeah, because why not?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, I'm going on stage in like 10 minutes." That's right. All right, let's do this. Brain a little fuzzy. It's all good.
Hell yeah, it was a damn good time though. And
it was a damn good time.
We were kind of talking about it right before we went on, but like since. I want to back up, obviously, because since we haven't had you on in so long, even though like we know the information, but like technically, this is like Astronomicon was like one of the first like big Magic Ninja events you've been able to be a part of because like you were kind of signed during quarantine and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like me and Odahar both. This was our first. This was the first Magic Ninja event I was physically at because we did Attack of the Ninjas last year digitally. So it's like I was with the fam, but I wasn't with the fam. Like I was with like Jamie and them and shit, but I wasn't with the people. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a physical thing. But I still got to go to Michigan for Attack Lash. I don't know. It's a weird thing because it's like that was a Magic Ninja thing, and I got to go out to Michigan and film that shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like Astro was definitely the first.
Yeah, that's
event.
right. Yeah, That's like almost like doing a music video. You're not out with the people. You're not performing.
Yeah, exactly. It was exciting in its own way because I got to meet Jamie and George and Paul and everybody, you know what I mean, and kick it with them and shit. But I didn't get that experience of the crowd and just like really meeting all the fam who've been listening to my shit online and all that. Man, the faces, so many faces. It was so overwhelming. I was trying to keep up with names for the first 2 days. By the third day, it was all faces. I was like, I remember your face. You're a good person. You smoked your weed with me. You're a good man.
You're a good person. I remember.
You're a good person. I think a lot of people there were good people. I mean, you never really know what someone's capable of. But from my experience, Astro still was some good people.
Absolutely, I'd agree with that. Everyone I interacted with, for the most part, for sure.
Except for that one guy. No, I don't know. I have no one guy story.
You probably do, but we're not going to tell it. So yeah, man, I want to, even though you've probably told it and we know it because we lived it together, but I want to go back, man, because like I said, last time we had you on, it's been 2.5 freaking years, which is crazy to me. There was no ninjas involved. There was no 13th Wonder. There was no Jamie Madrox. Like, none of that happened yet.
There was just Godsent and a contest that he held that I came second place in. Yeah, I remember that.
There was.
Shout out to Godsent. That was my first any kind of interaction with Magic Ninja, other than just being a fan, buying a CD or in the crowd.
For sure. Shout out to Godsent all day. That beat in the background was made by Godsent.
Godsent.
What?
Godsent.com.
Godsent.
I believe it's the website.
Godsent, or however the tag goes. I can't do it, but she can do it.
Fuck yeah. Godsent.
Or the automated voice that does it can do it.
Whatever. She's nice. She's nice.
Who is she?
I don't know who she is. We should have her on.
Godsent. Who is she?
Who is she? It's Kaylee Cuoco, the lady from Big Bang Theory.
Godsent. We should definitely have her on then.
Yes.
Hero. So yeah, let's go. Let's do the Gibby, the re-origin.
Yes.
You already did your original origin story, so let's do the catch-up origin story.
Yes, the new origin.
She's not automated.
He's got caps locked. She is not automated.
Get the cops off on that bitch.
She is not automated. She's real.
Oh, it's Jennifer Lopez,
the real person.
She is Kaylee Cuoco, and you will address her as such.
Hell yeah.
He did straight yell at y'all.
He did. I think this is the first time Godson has ever won Capital.
He yells with love.
She's a wonderful lady.
He put on his damn boxing gloves for that one. Oh, it's Scarlett Johansson. There you go.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I should have known.
God.
It's Raven Simone.
Oh, yeah.
That's so Raven.
No, that is. That's
so Raven.
That is so Raven.
So yeah, man, let's go back to 2019. You did your first ever interview right here on Replicon Radio. And the next thing you know, you're the big breakout star of Magic Ninja Entertainment. What happened?
It's insane. All right, so let me give the story from that point. So it's 2019.
Do the 5 degrees.
So it was 2019. Entered the M&E Beats contest, and when I did that, I was kind of like, I didn't think my music was dark or theatrical enough to even be signed by or picked for first place for an M&E contest. But in my opinion, I was just like, these beats go hard as fuck, and I'm gonna get a beat if I enter, no matter what. So I'm gonna do this for the Godsend beat, and maybe some people will fuck with what I'm doing. So I entered, and then lo and behold, I came in second place. Didn't see that coming too much. I put out the Channel Surfing EP using the beats that I won in that contest. And Godsend had hit me up and gave me some words of encouragement that kind of made me feel good. You know what I mean? He was just kind of like, yo, these people from Magic Ninja were judges in the contest, and they all voted for you. And just kind of made me realize, I was like, oh, shit, all right. So even though, maybe I'm judging myself too hard, even though I don't paint my face or I don't rap like this, they're still fucking with me over there once they heard me. Cool. Then I did the Replicon radio interview. I got rich off of that, famous
shit.
Instantly.
Fuck
No. But no, for real, we had done we had done the first Replicon interview around this time, and Channel Surfing was circulating, and I opened some shows for Boondocks had came to my city, Twisted had went nearby a few times, and opening those shows, I got to know George a little bit. And the second time opening for Twisted, a little dialogue had been open between me and George where he knew my name and shit. And so I was kind of like, yo, can I meet the guys? And he was like, sure. And it was really, shout out to George for that one. First off, he had no reason to help me out back then, but he did that. He was like, sure, you can meet the guys, meet me over here at this time. And I went to like the little meet and greet room and shit, and I didn't have a CD or nothing. Like, I didn't bring like anything for them to sign. I literally just wanted to shake their hands and be like, yo, Magic Ninja, like, is dope. I appreciate y'all going out on your own, starting your own business. That shit's inspiring to me. And, you know, I just wanted to thank them on my own shit. You know what I mean? As a fan, like, I didn't really want them to sign nothing. But when I walked in, Paul caught me a little off guard. He's like, yo, you got anything you want me to sign? And I was like, yeah, sign my arm. I'm going to get it tattooed. And I just thought of that on the spot, and I did it. So Paul signed my arm. Jamie signed my arm. I gave them my little story, my thank you and all that. And, you know, I was like, yo, thank y'all for everything you've done, all the music over the course of my life, holding it down. Thank y'all for going out on your own, starting this label that I fuck with so much, and all that shit. And then it's like, as I'm leaving, Jamie was like, yo, bro, I seen you sit. He said, yo, Gibby. He said my name, and I don't remember telling him my name. This is the funny part. I had it, like, on my clothing, but I don't remember telling him, like, yo, I'm Gibby, man. It's good to meet you. You know, like, I just remember going right into fan mode. So as I'm walking out, he was like, yo, Gibby. And I turned around. It was like a movie moment. He's like, I seen you online, dog. That shit is dope. Keep it up. And then the door was shutting as he was saying that. And I didn't have time to be like, what do you mean? And it was so epic. It was like this movie moment. I'm just looking at Dustin, and I was like, all right, I need a picture with you too. Took a picture with Dustin. And then the next day, I got the shit tattooed. Like, I went right away, got it tattooed before the fucking ink wore off, and I tagged Jamie in that. And he followed me on Instagram. Like, he commented on the picture where I got the tattoo, and he was like, yo, keep grinding, homie. And he's just following me on Instagram. So for the next, like, I don't know, 3-4 months, I just got one of my favorite rappers of all time just following me, liking all my posts. And I don't know what it means, and I'm trying not to ask him what it means. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to enjoy it.
Yes.
And so
I know exactly what you mean, to be honest. Except
I'm sure you do. Yeah, now that I think about it, actually. Yeah, but you're also followed by the multiple man, and he be showing much love. So yeah, it's that scenario. You know, I got Jamie watching me and shit. He's following me on Instagram, and then in this time, this takes us into like quarantine. Shows aren't going on. They hit me for NetFest. I got hit up by Chuck Reeves, who was helping like organize some of the talent and shit. And Chuck hit me up and was like, yo, do you want to slot on this NetFest thing? I was like, fuck yeah, that's like the coolest thing going on right now. And I sent them a video for NetFest, and then next thing I know, they hit me up and were like, yo, Jamie did an intro for your video. And I was like, what? Because I didn't see that coming at all. And he did. If you watch NetFest, before I go on, Jamie was like, yo, this is my homie, Gibby Stites, and gave me a personalized thing. And I didn't know he was going to do that. I had no talks with him like before him doing that necessarily about NetFest. So right there, I was like, all right, that's fucking dope. Jamie super fucks with me, no doubt.
So you knew just before it went live, right?
What happened?
Like you found out about it just before the actual show went live?
Yeah, precisely. I think I texted Chuck to be like, what time is my segment appearing? And he was like, oh, it's going on in like 45 minutes. By the way, Jamie did an intro for you. I was like, what? So I saw that intro with the people. Like, I saw that intro with you. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that was happening. I was sitting there with all my homies and shit. There was actually an Instagram video at the time, like on my story, where like you could hear the visible hypeness of all the people in the room around me when Jamie started shouting me out, because we didn't know it was going to happen. So NetFest went down. Got a lot of love from that. I put out regularly scheduled programming, which had Blaze and Jamie on it. And then George hit me up one day and was like, yo, I got this track from Red. That would be kind of like, I think you two would be dope together if you and Red worked on some shit. Like, he's working on an album. And I wound up doing Game Boy Color with Red, that verse. This is the part that I haven't really told nobody of the story. I kind of skip over this. But before they signed me officially, George hit me up about me and Red working together. We did Game Boy Color. And George fucked with how that came out a lot, to where he was like, yo, who manages you? Like, what, you know what I mean? And I was like, I do everything. I book myself, I record my shit, I produce a lot of it, da-da-da. And then from there, it was like, yo, Jamie wants to talk to you. And he called me with Jamie, and Jamie was like, yo, dog, like, I fuck with your rapping super hard. I want to get in the studio with you. I want to make an EP with you and just, like, really vibe out and make some new music and shit and have some fun. And this was in the middle of quarantine, too, so it's like, I honestly wasn't expecting it to be the personal experience. Like, I wasn't expecting nothing cool to happen in this time period, to be real.
I mean,
I was
something
working.
cool was already happening.
Exactly. Like, I did not expect any kind of, I don't know, like any kind of
They're sending emails
like,
and shit back together and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, even that, like, I just didn't expect anybody to get signed during quarantine. Like, I didn't even expect that kind of question or phone call at first. But then talking to Jamie, yeah, at first I'm like, all right, cool. We're obviously going to email each other some songs like that, whatever. And he was like, so what about this date? Like, well, you can come out this date and we'll get in the studio for a few days. And, we made sure everybody was clean and non-COVID and all that shit. But me and him actually locked in the studio for 2-3 days. I went out there for like a week, and a couple of the days we were like filming stuff. But we locked in the studio, just me and Jamie, side by side for like 2 days, like straight, where we were just knocking out tracks side by side. Like, he presents an idea and I write to it. I present an idea, he writes to it. I pull a beat from the stash. And it was so dope, dog. I felt like I was back in high school again, like with a homie. Like, it had been a while since I had that kind of collaboration experience with someone. Like, I really don't collaborate like that. I'm used to being solo on a lot of shit. But when I was in high school, I came up rapping with a lot of people, and so it kind of brought me back to that, just having someone to feed off of. And Jamie, as I'm sure everybody listening knows, motherfucker got energy, like so much energy. He's a ball of energy. Yeah. So when you have that energy to feed off of, dude, we made so much music so quickly.
Positive energy, to be exactly.
Positive energy.
Like, yeah.
And that kind of that brings us up to the signing. Like, that's how it all went down, though. It was just like a chain of events. I was doing grind mode ciphers and putting out albums, but at the same time I was kind of taking these little opportunities, like, oh, Twisted's nearby, let me open for them again. Oh, Contest by Godsent, let me do that. You know what I mean? And next thing I know, I'm building relationships that way. And that was the entire unfolding of it, though. It went like basically NetFest to the Red Song to 13th Wonder.
So you came up, you went up to the dojo, and you and Jamie were working on this, unnamed project, or just working on tracks, just kind of seeing how it went, or like what was there was. Obviously, you said you didn't have the talks about signing or anything at that point. So, like, what was the expectation then? Like, what did you think was happening?
Oh, well, my bad. No, they had when Jamie called me. Yeah, no, they offered me a deal when he called me.
Okay.
I just wasn't expecting it at that time. My bad. I worded that weird. So when Jamie called me to work on the music, he was like, "Yo, we want to sign you to Magic Ninja," and I knew about the Welcome to the Underground thing. So I was kind of like, Magic Ninja? Like, do you mean that? And he was like, yeah, no, like, I want you on MNE. I want you to work with me. I want to rap with you and make this project with you. And then me and him had phone calls leading up to me coming out there, because we knew, he had a busy schedule, and I was working too at the time. So we knew in person we were only going to have up to a week together. You know what I mean? Because we both got fucking busy schedules. So we definitely talked on the phone probably like once a week leading up to me coming out. Like, we talked on the phone a lot just to kind of set the groundwork as far as like, fuck it, we're going to rap on a Stir Crazy beat. All right, cool, I'll bring a Stir Crazy beat. We're going to rap on a Charlie Beans beat. Cool, I'll get some of them lined up. Hey, man, I had this cool idea. And you know what I mean? Just like, we had those phone calls leading up to the studio session and shit. And so by the time I got there, like, the week was planned out. Like, we filmed Attack of the Ninjas. We recorded a lot of the 13th Wonder. We shot the Long Day video. Like, we did a lot of that. Like, it was, within a week that I was out there and shit. Because, again, especially during quarantine, like, we all know that we're safe and we're non-COVID for this time period. So we need to knock out as much as we can.
For sure.
Because we don't know, like, what the fuck the world is going to turn into. We still, things were still unfolding at that time. As far as the world, you know what I mean, and things that you can and can't do together.
Right.
So, but yeah, we did the 13th Wonder EP. I'm trying to think, yeah, because Jamie, he really wanted my first project on Magic Ninja to be something that he was like heavily involved in, because he was like, yo, you're my dude. I want to like, he was just really excited to rap with me, and that's the part that fucking got me the most and definitely blew my mind, was the fact that above anything else, he just wanted to rap together. And when we locked in, I think we planned on making like 4 songs together. I think that was the plan. Like, me and Jamie are going to do like 4 tracks, but we wound up getting done like 6 or 7 within those 2 days we were together. Like, I think 1 or 2 of them didn't even make it to the EP. Like, I think we still got shit just kind of chilling, coming out, you know, when the time is right.
For sure.
But me and his chemistry, the shit just came out so quick.
That's so dope, though, man. Like, what a cool thing, just to begin with. And it reminds me of like old school, like back in the, like when before the Juggalo split, if you will, and like the old school psychopathic days when like someone would get picked up and like that first project was like, you know, heavily influenced from like ICP. Like, even like Twisted's Most Tasteless was a lot of them and ICP just working directly together. Like, it's like, it was, you know what I mean? It was like, that was like Jamie's version of like, okay, we're going to do it together. It's like, because obviously Jamie's all over the first one. You guys did it all together. And it was like the stepping stone into this world for you, like, you know what I mean, through Jamie. And it was cool to see. It was cool to see him want to do that. And it was also cool just as an old school fan of, you know, this whole genre, just to see it working again and again. So when it came out, so you all this stuff's going on behind the scenes. We're, you know what I mean, we're quarantined. You know, people got a first glimpse of you at NetFest, but then they get the announcement of Gibby Stites and the 13th Wonder comes out, and Attack of the Ninjas. Like, what was that like for you? Like that whole experience? Like, tell me about that time.
Oh, man, it was crazy in a lot of ways, because it's like, I still remember the day they announced me. Like, I remember like the announcement was at 3 p.m. I think. Like, we had it timed out, and I still remember my phone up until 3 p.m. just being so dry, like nothing going on with the phone. Maybe a couple texts from George, you know what I mean, to my mom, you know what I mean. And then it's like, dude, by 3:05 p.m. like every fucking notification that could be going off on my phone was going off on my phone, because like I didn't tell anybody I got signed. I didn't tell anybody I went to Michigan. I didn't tell a soul. I told my mom, I told like a couple of my cousins, and I told my producers, like my homies who were making my beats and needed to know, you know what I mean? Like Charlie Beans needed to know that the beats he was making me were going to go on a Magic Ninja project. He also needed to know I was coming to Detroit, because that's his motherfucking town, and I had to see the homie. But you get what I mean? Like, I had it so tight on lock. Like, the people I work with, the homies who I chill with, even, like, the girl I was talking to at the time, like, nobody knew that I signed a contract, that I went to Detroit to work on this shit. I had, like, such a small circle of people who knew. So I still remember just waiting, like, watching Facebook. My birthday was a few days before the announcement, and I super fucked with that, because I was just kind of, like... It was like a lot of like good energy, if you would. It's like, all right, cool, I got my birthday, then 4 days later they're gonna announce me, and this is gonna be weird, but we're gonna see how it goes, like as far as the perception and shit. And it's like, dude, I got so much love. First off, like, shout out to everybody who loves the Gibby, shout out to everybody who gave me a chance right off the bat, even the people who came when I first got announced and they were like, man, I don't know how to feel about you, but they gave me a chance. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. But there was also a lot of who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Who the fuck is he with his glasses and his red hair? And yeah, what's up with this umbrella he's holding?
I was going to say, with his little umbrella.
The umbrella was my idea. Let me say that right now.
Yeah,
But just saying, yeah, no, a lot of people were like, who the fuck are you? Why do you deserve to be here? And the dopest part to me was seeing so many homies, like so many people, Godsense being one of them, even like my homies Wicked Wood, shout out to Wicked Wood, and just people really in the Juggalo scene too. And I saw people fighting back, like nah, y'all don't talk to Gibby that way. Gibby is one of us. Gibby been around. Gibby's the shit. Like, I did see people going to bat for me, and that was dope to know that people were, you know, I made my mark before I got signed to MME. You know what I mean? It was good to know I made that impression on people, to where I even saw people who were super psychopathic juggalos who were like, I'm fucking with Gibby. You know what I mean? I don't care what label he's on. I'm fucking with Gibby still. Yeah. So it's like the announcement initially in December, it just brought like such a big wave of it. Honestly, like, the positivity was overwhelming. Like, I honestly feel like even if I had like 100 hate comments every day, it felt like there was 300 positive ones that drowned them out, and I didn't even see the hateful ones. Like, I was so focused on all the people who were like, bro, you talk about this and I enjoy this. And I'm like, fuck yeah, y'all are giving, that's so dope. People are giving me a chance now. You didn't know who I was a few days ago or whatever. So that initial blast of getting announced, it was insane. It was just a lot. There was a lot to deal with, a lot of comments to respond to and messages to respond to for days on end in the beginning. Because I replied to everybody, like fucking damn near everybody. Like, except for the negativity. But like everyone who had something good to say to me, like I made it a point. I would be up at 4 a.m. sometimes, like, fuck it, let me reply to like a bunch of these comments right now while I had the energy. Because I didn't want anyone to feel unappreciated for giving me that chance, man. I don't care if thousands of people are looking at me at the same time. I want to make sure they're all thanked individually. Like, thank you so much. You didn't have to give me this chance. You did not have to listen to me, but you're doing it. You're the shit. So
fuck yeah.
Having to deal with so much of that at once was it was cool. It was overwhelming. It was everything that you could imagine it to be. But overall, man, I weathered the storm, because it was like a storm when you first get announced, man. Like, a lot of people are doubtful. A lot of people, like I said, who the fuck are you? This, that, and the third. So I do feel like at this point,
even though you proved yourself to get to where you were, most people didn't know that because they weren't paying attention. So now you have to reprove yourself to thousands of people that are now looking your way. So
yeah, exactly, precisely. Because it feels like you're building this thing for so long, and no matter how large you get it, when you get signed to a label, to all those new people that are looking at you, it's like, oh, you're starting all over. You know what I mean? Like, you're brand new. Like, I remember people being like, oh, why does he deserve to be here? He ain't and I'm like, bro, you don't know about the years of albums I put out, all the contests I lost, the rap battles at the Gathering of the Juggalos, I got booed off the stage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
that Replicon interview?
Yeah, we talked about that. We absolutely talked about that. But that's, it's funny stuff, but it's real shit that's part of my history that people overlook. Where it's like, you got to think about what that takes to get on stage somewhere and get booed off that stage, but to get back on it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
To be doing something since you were 15 and really, when I was starting out, I was not that great. I got shitted on lots. I grew thick skin over the years, you know what I mean? But
and an umbrella.
And an umbrella. I grew that umbrella on my own. Don't forget about it.
Gibby umbrellas to drop, man. That was a missed opportunity.
But then with the announcement too, the timing was crazy, because I remember they announced me, we put out the I'm Good video, and then the For the Fan Volume 3 CD came out like the same day that I got announced. They started shipping those out, and I was on that CD. So it's kind of like I had a twofer. Like, my one video dropped, and then that track leaked like a day or two later. You know what I mean? The little fucked up remix that I did.
Oh yeah.
And then we had Attack of the Ninjas 2020, like 3 weeks later. Like, this all happened in December. So I remember it was a compact month of just like boom, 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 hitting them with punches, like just things to announce that I had been holding on to for a while. So that was a dope feeling.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. That's a nice overwhelming with positivity. So fuck yeah, man. And I feel like it was received. I mean, even though you said there was some hate, overall it seemed to be received pretty well, especially with the first record and everything. So what? So I guess, like we said earlier, you haven't really been able to get out there. You haven't really been able to meet the people. You haven't. It's got to be a weird thing to like you're finally signed. You got your record out. You're seeing all the love online, but you don't get to get out there. Like, so like Astronomicon was the first time. Like what? I mean, what was that like to be like, I did it, and now I just got to sit here, like. Not to be negative, but like, damn.
It was the weirdest feeling of the world. I remember a homie hitting me up one day and just kind of being like, bro, you've promoted that same video like 5 times this week. And I'm like, there's nothing going on. There's nothing else to promote. There's nowhere to go. Like, but just saying, I remember, just a lot of like, that's when I did like 13th Wonder. Even before 13th Wonder Wednesdays, I did like 13 rhymes. You know what I mean? But then a lot of us started doing our weekly podcast thing, like, Oh, the Horror got on the live screen. Shout out to the boys and the Spooky Booties and such. Axe was doing Tuesday Night Terrors. I started doing 13th Wonder Wednesdays, which has now turned into Gib TV. So that was kind of like our way of trying to like make up for that not seeing the fam. You know what I mean? Like we're not seeing nobody physically. We're not going to shows every week. So, all right, fuck it. At least we could talk to y'all in this chat. You know what I mean?
For sure.
we could do it this way. We could drop our news on y'all this way and give our jokes and our little bit of personality that normally you would see from us on the road. I think that's a big thing that definitely plays a huge part into people's careers, and it's something that gets overlooked. And it is that interaction that you have with people when you're on the road and touring and doing shows and all that. Because, you know, you meet people at shows and then you build a memory that's going to last forever. You know what I mean? Like, even after Astro, I know people who are like, yo, you smoked that blunt with me. You got that pizza with me. You know what I mean? Like, they got memories with me now that's on some real homie shit.
Yeah.
And it's not just on some, oh, man, you were on the stage. You performed the song that I like.
Well, even
you
that,
your hand out.
Even that, though, even if it's not, you know what I mean, that's still a personal interaction for the person, for the fan. Like, that's still a moment in time. That's, you know what I mean? It may not be as personal, but it's still... I'm looking at a real guy on stage and I'm connecting to it musically. Like, that's a whole interaction you didn't get. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll never forget my first time having that. It was with ABK. I saw ABK at the Gathering 2014, and I had never been to a concert before. I was like 17, and I had never been to a concert because I just grew up broke. Like going to shows was not a thing that was ever, I don't know, even thought of being able to afford to do and shit like that up until I was like 17 and old enough to make my own money and decisions, you know what I mean? But being 17, never been to a show before. I'm at the Gathering, and the first night, the first artist I saw was ABK. It was killer. And oh, dog, I just remember seeing, me and my cousin looked at each other and we were like, yo, that's him. Like, I remember us saying that. Because something about it just felt so real. It was like, bro, we've seen him in the videos. We've fucking bought the CDs. We've worn his shirts. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, that's him. Look, he's under that light. Goddamn, he's sweating. Oh, shit. You know what I mean? So that is a real thing. You're right. That is a real connection that people have been robbed of for the last 2 years, really. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely, yeah. And especially for someone like you, who's, you know, obviously, technically you're not a new artist, but you're a new artist to most of these people, because
definitely
they learned about you from 13th Wonder. They learned about you because they were Twisted fans or you know, whatever, Magic Ninja fans or just Juggalos in general. And they're like, oh shit, who's this guy? And they still unless they made it to Astronomicon, they still have not got a chance to interact with you or even watch you perform, because watching it online is not the same. Like, not that you did a bad job, it's just you don't get that same interaction. It's not.
Yeah, exactly. You don't feel that energy. Some artists too, just like they have an energy that you have to feel that seeing on video just doesn't convey well enough.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was it like to be able to go? So let's just catch back up to Astronomicon. So you're out there with Attack of the Ninjas. Well, actually, you performed the first night with Noise, right?
Yeah, shout out to Noise 13, Moose, Canada, all up in this bitch. I'm sure he'll be tuning in if he's not already tuned in.
He's here. He's on drugs.
Oh yeah, of course he's in this bitch. Moose. He was the first person I found, bro. When I got to the hotel Thursday night, I was driving through the parking lot, and I was like, you know what? Let me just message this motherfucker. I don't know why. He was the first guy I thought to message. I was like, Moose, where you at? He's like, I'm outside the hotel, buddy. And sure enough, I look up and there he is. And I moosed out the window as loud as I could. Mm-hmm. And he came running. And he was already stoned, but I got him more stoned.
Hell yeah.
But on Friday night, we did the karaoke. They had the karaoke, the VIP party. Yeah, Noise was performing. Me and Lex came up on stage with him to do What Lurks off of his new album, Declaration, out right now. And yeah, that was just a fun time, man. That was a real fucking fun time. Just being on stage with Lex and Noise, just vibing out real quick. Nobody really expected it. I don't think anybody, like a lot of people in the crowd didn't expect it, because I showed up last minute personally. That was my fault. I came walking in. I remember walking in the door to the bar or whatever, and fucking Murph grabbed me. He was like, bro, your song is starting. I was like, what? So with that said, like, I know nobody was expecting to see me on that stage, because I wasn't even in the building leading up to me performing. It's literally like, nope, no Gibby here. Oh shit, he's on the stage. And then I did my verse. So yeah, that was dope, man. Performing the one verse with Lex and Noise, and just getting some camaraderie in that bitch, and also let me test out the stage a little bit before I came back for Attack the next night.
So that was history right there. You didn't even know it.
Exactly. That's how I feel. I'm like, that's shit. That's the first time me and Lex have blessed the stage together with the Canadian homie as well.
That was the first time you blessed a live audience as a Magic Ninja artist.
Yeah, that is true, actually. That's absolutely true.
And with Lex, and with Noise 13.
Insanity. And with Murph telling me, get on the stage, bro, hurry.
Shout out to Murph.
Shout out to Murph, bro. I love that guy, yo.
Hell yeah.
That's my fucking guy right there. I met him when I opened for Boondocks the first time. And he was dope. He had some words of encouragement for me. And he came across as a stern man. So when he had, like, words of encouragement for me, I was like, damn, I take that shit seriously.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Like, he was, like, watching my set. I remember him watching my set. And, like, I don't typically care what too many people are thinking other than those, like, up on the stage. You know what I mean? Like the people in the crowd, I care about what y'all think. But the people at the merch booths and working doors and stuff, I normally don't pay too much attention. But I just remember I kept watching Murph when I was on stage opening for Boondocks for some reason, because he was nodding his head and it just felt so reassuring. Because I was like, he means that. He would not be nodding right now if he didn't enjoy this.
Right? Yeah, he don't have to do that.
Yeah, nah, he don't do
He's
no
here to
fake
work.
nod.
Yeah. Fake nod. Hell yeah. Shout out to Murph. Yeah, Noise said the first time he ever heard Gibby live was on stage with him. That's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy. That's a crazy experience for him and me, because the first time I heard Noise live, I was on stage with him.
Right.
The first time I heard Lex live, no, I'm lying. I saw Lex at 656 Fest 2019.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Lex, too.
He
Shout out
tore
to the
it down.
sponsor, Lex the Hexmaster, always.
Oh, man, he took his mask off for us. That was a rare show.
Right.
At Attack. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, shit, son, he has a face.
Jeremiah's on stage, yo.
Yeah. Yo, man, shout out to the Shadow King. Shout out to Kid Savage as well, man. His hype man was fucking killing it.
Hell yeah.
Can we talk about everyone at Attack of the Ninjas? Like, oh my God.
Can. So the next day was Attack of the Ninjas. The first official Gibby Stites Magic Ninja Entertainment performance, like 2 years in the making almost. You finally get to step on stage as a Magic Ninja artist. Probably the first time you get to perform anything off of 13th Wonder for a live audience.
Yes, and I opened with the title track. I heard you got signed.
Like, how was it, man?
I had to. I went up to Straight Jacket, like, before the show. I was like, yo, I'm opening with one of your beats. Shout out to Straight Jacket. Because that fucking beat just, like, man, it was so bouncy. So bouncy. I've wanted to do that verse live ever since last December. Like, so many of these songs, like you said, all this 13th Wonder shit, I did not get to perform at all since it came out. So, performing, and even the Illville stuff, all the Illville singles that had came out, like Time of Day and Long Day, Gone with the Wind, all that shit. Even fucking Night of the Gibby Dead, really, that was my first time doing that for a crowd. Like, I did Night of the Gibby Dead on the Attack of the Ninjas 2020 digital thing. But that was my first time getting a crowd reaction to Night of the Gibby Dead. So, yeah, man, Quarantine did that, if nothing else. It gave a lot of us artists a lot of stacked up music to come out on stage with now.
Right. Yeah, 20 minutes ain't going to cut it. You need like a 2-hour show.
Yeah, all of us. Like, every single one of us needs 2 hours. All of us.
Attack of the Ninjas would be a non-stop weekend, and then maybe you'd get a full set in.
Basically, like, they need to just have Astro one weekend and then Attack just lead into the week.
Right.
Just lead into the week. It'll just be a whole week of performances.
So what was it like, man? So this is, like I said, obviously you performed before, but, like, was it different this time? Like, after, not only just after quarantine, but the fact that there's all these people, there's people singing along, people know your shit now, everybody knows the 13th Wonder. Like,
yeah, it was 108 degrees on the stage. that was something. No, for real though, it was so hot in that bitch. Oh my God. But yeah, it was such a great performance, because it was, I definitely say that was the most that one crowd had knew my words. And I didn't really put much thought into that. Like, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think in my head going out there like everyone's gonna know the words. I'm not even thinking that far ahead until Red hit the stage. And when Red did Two Signs and everybody in that bitch was singing that hook, like they would drop the beat out and you would just hear the whole fucking building doing the hook. I was like, oh, this is crazy. I think it really hit me at that moment. Like, how packed the building was, that these were our fucking fans. You know what I mean? Like, these people are here to listen to us. They've bought our albums. They're wearing our shirts. You know what I mean? Like, we're not just the openers in some random city right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is like our label's event, and we're all here. And I remember like really feeling that way when Red was on stage, dude, and they were doing 2 signs, and then like when I was up there and I was doing certain tracks like Long Day and I'm Good, and I could hear people singing that. Even when I started out and I was doing Heard You Got Signed and people do parts of my verse, I was like, this is dope, because not all of my shit is the catchiest. Like, not to down myself at all, it's just not, you know, a lot of my shit is rappity rap. So for people to memorize that, I'm like, yo, I appreciate the fuck out of y'all.
Fuck yeah, man.
But I remember it being hot. It was very hot, very sweaty up there. I ended with Night of the Gibby Dead, which I was very happy to do. And I did one little twist. I did like this twist, like where I like spun around and I hurt my back and I didn't tell nobody. I was proud of myself.
You're doing a little Michael Jackson.
I just kind of held it in.
He's doing a little spin.
Yeah, I don't know how to put it. I was like, it's the Night of the Gibby Dead, and I like spun around on one foot. You got to see it. You had to be there. Somebody has footage. If anybody has footage of my spin during Night of the Gibby Dead, this is a real thing. It's not a joke. You find it for me. I want to prove to the people that I did a spin. I hurt my back for y'all.
Find it. I want to see it too. I missed it.
No, it's funny because it's like I did find myself on stage doing some movements that I had never done before, just because I was getting hype. I was watching Super Famous go on, and then I'm watching Red, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna do some. I was just the hype, the energy of the room got to me, had me moving in ways that I never thought I would before. Now that sounds way more majestic than what really happened. Honestly, I just got out there and I rapped my ass off. I didn't miss any words, and I'm happy about that.
Fuck yeah. Hell yes, they're good with the synchronized dance moves. He had that shit all planned, and he just fucking...
Yeah, dog, I was MC Hammer in that shit.
Doing a robot and shit.
They could not touch this, can confirm.
Hell yeah, man. But you definitely killed it. I mean, at Astro in general and Attack of the Ninjas, like, you finally get to perform in front of the crowd with your, you know, Magic Ninja release and your new shit. And then you're just out there with the people, like we mentioned earlier, man. Like, I saw you everywhere. I probably saw you more than I saw anybody else. Like, you were out there just kicking it, chilling it, and hanging out with the people. We wore matching hats almost every day. Like,
fuck yeah, we did. That was fire. I love that. We both had the Replicon edition Michigan hat.
Hell yeah.
I call that hat the Replicon edition. I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
They're like, what Michigan hat is that? And I'm like, it's the Replicon edition. Look, It's got the eyeball and the gator skin and the lizard skin.
That's right. That lizard skin. Fucking.
Yeah. I hope y'all are getting some royalties off that hat. If not, I'm gonna keep wearing it.
I wish. I'm gonna keep wearing it too, but I wish.
But yeah, dude, Astro was a blast. Like, there were times I did not sleep much, and I didn't do any performance enhancing drugs to not sleep much. If anything, I was smoking a shitload of weed, so I was like, should have been more tired than I was. But I was running off of genuine excitement and hype. And I remember at times during the day where, like, I would go to the hotel room and I would sit down for 5 minutes and I'd be like, nah, fuck this. Like, you're wasting time. Right. Like, 2 days from now, you're going to be back home where you can do this all day if that's what pleases you. But, like, right now, bro, there's a shitload of people out there that you've been waiting to chill with, that you're not going to get the opportunity to chill with again for a while. So, yeah, go. Just go. Be free. And that's what I did, man. I was out there. I was roaming. I was eating conies and such.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. So now we're up to the new one, man. The second release on Magic Ninja Entertainment. Welcome to Illville. Drops this Friday.
Friday, man. We're here. We timed this interview perfectly.
Right? That wasn't even planned or nothing.
Not at all.
No, not even. I mean, it was planned in my head. I just, in my head, I knew what was happening. When you were like, hey, Gibby, we're going to talk on this day, I was like, ha, 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 ha. We're going to have a lot to talk about.
We had lots to talk about anyway, man. We've been talking forever about
Yeah, we had 2.5 years of catching up to do, right. So.
And I'm sure we missed a lot of things, but that's okay.
Yeah, man, all kind of stuff. I'm an ordained priest now. No, not really.
Damn. That's what's up.
I am CPR certified, so if anybody ever wants to choke, do it when I'm nearby. No, don't do it when I'm nearby. That's a lot of pressure. It's like a lot. Just don't choke. Eat your food like an adult.
But if I'm choking near you, then someone has to buy your entire discography for you to save my life.
That is true. That's he makes a good point. But if he is choking near me and you want his life saved, you have to buy my entire discography.
God, I'm gonna have to get new people around me because I might die.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you're fucked.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh yeah, and plus I'm gonna throw in like some variant versions of CDs that haven't been released yet. You gotta get the whole discography.
Oh shit, there you go.
The whole discography now. But yeah, man, welcome to Illville. It's finally coming this Friday. I'm so happy for the world to hear this one. Shout out to Charlie Beans and DJ Immaculate. Both put in a whole shitload of work on the production and the mixing end of things. And shout out to Fritz, the motherfucking cat, the motherfucking dude. Went hard as fuck putting in work on the mastering for me. So the entire project is produced by Charlie Beans and DJ Immaculate and mastered by Fritz the cat.
Shout out to fucking Fritz all day.
Shout out to Fritz, man. Goddamn legend right there.
Amen.
Every time I talk to him, he has so much Detroit musical history in his blood. Like, it's crazy, and it runs so much deeper than the Juggalo scene too. Like, he has worked with like just so many legendary rap artists from the D. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, Fritz is a legend. We love you, Fritz. I know
Fritz, we love you, dog.
I
know you're gonna watch this. He watches everything involving me because that's my boy.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Fritz. So yeah, man, welcome to Illville. We've gotten a couple tracks. So tell me, so obviously we talked about the 13th Wonder and how, you know, obviously Jamie had a big hand in it and he's all over it. This one's different. So tell us about the process of creating Welcome to Illville.
Man, Welcome to Illville it's really picking up where regularly scheduled programming left off. It's just a continuation of what I was already doing. I made it entirely in New Jersey, like in my studio. Just the way I've always done my shit. It's a real organic Gibby project through and through. Charlie Beans produced 75% of it, so that should tell you right there, because that's my main man. Like, me and him just got the chemistry. And then DJ Immaculate is my hometown homie, who I've been working with for, I can't even count how long. That's like my real life best friend type shit, you know what I mean? So with that said, just locking in on this, man, it was like, honestly, I started working on Welcome to Illville like before 13th Wonder was even made. I started working on Welcome to Illville when they offered me the deal, because I just naturally got excited and went to work on an album, you know what I mean? And I just remember locking in. So it's like when Jamie said he wanted to work on the EP together, I was like, cool. And I just kind of kept the project separate, you know what I mean? Like, I went out there, we did the EP together and kept all them tracks for the EP. I think we still got one or two, like, that we're going to use for singles and shit. But the Illville project, I was already working on with Charlie and Emac, just based off of the hype of knowing this shit is going to get put out to a bigger audience, you know what I mean? The Welcome to Illville was a concept that I had been holding since, like, high school. Like, my town is Millville, New Jersey. 856 Cumberland County. So Millville, when I was a kid, like, it was a thing for my dad's generation. They would call it Illville, and it was usually more of an insult. Like, it wasn't a dope thing. It wasn't like Illville was it was like Illville because there were a lot of drugs just going around. You know what I mean? A lot of addiction and shit. So the Illville was kind of like an insult to my city. But as a kid, I always thought it was dope as fuck. Like, I would see it graffitied in spots, and I'd be like, bro, I'm gonna use that for something one day. And I always told myself I was going to make an album called Welcome to Illville. I had put out a mixtape called Welcome to Illville when I was like 15. It didn't stay up for very long because I didn't own the beats and shit. But that's when I told myself, yeah, there's a lot of those projects, man, that will never see the light of day again because I was just rapping on some stolen shit when I was 15. But with that said, man, like, I held this title and this concept for a while. I always told myself, like, I don't want to tell certain stories. I don't want to get too deep into my life and where I'm from until I know I have a certain amount of years on me, because I don't want to waste that breath. You know what I mean? Who wants to go in front of 8 people and tell your whole life story? You know what I mean? It's like a weird AA meeting when you do that. So fucking with that said, man, like, when George called and we're talking about me being on Magic Ninja, I was like, instantly in my mind, I was like, welcome to Illville. Fuck yeah, it's time to shine. It's time to let the world know, like, where I came from. You know what I mean? And that's, the album touches on a lot of what I just said, man. Like, my city is just, it's been a pandemic out here, like opiate addiction in particular. Pretty much everybody in my fucking family, all the homies I grew up with and shit, like, drugs have affected your life in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's your family, whether you've sold them, you've done them, you're hooked on them now, you're in recovery. It just is what it is. And mental health is also, in my family in particular, just we're all fucked up, man. It's a long line of just mental fuckery going on. So, and there's a lot of other people in the world who relate to that shit. You know what I mean? So, when I put out a track like Feel This Way on the 13th Wonder EP, and then I got the feedback from that track from like the Magic Ninja audience and my new listeners and stuff, and they're like, yo, man, that song helped me through the day. That song really, and same with I'm Good. I'm Good as well. When people were hitting me with the reaction to those ones, that's what let me know that what I was working on for Welcome to Illville was the right move in the next direction. Because Welcome to Illville is split up. Like, it goes hard. There are tracks that go hard as fuck. I'm talking my shit because I'm a rapper. I got to do that. But then there's like, you get the emotional Gibby. You get the songs like Help Me. You get the songs like Pressure, where I'm really telling my story of where I came from and all that shit. So Illville, me locking in and working on it, I was just telling myself I'm going to make the best music and the most personal music possible for myself at this time. And just where I'm at.
Hell yeah, man. Super personal shit. Yeah, I know you I saw you mention some things in the past, or not in the past, recently, but when you dropped the Help Me track, like you said, a lot of people were kind of touched by it, and it was something a little different, but I guess that gives you a taste of what the personal side of Illville is going to be like.
Yeah, for sure, because I think Help Me might be the most like tear-jerking as far as like how sad the beat is, but there's a track on there called Changes, for example, and Changes is one of my favorite ones on the album because it's a mixture of like really good rapping and just like really well speaking my emotions, to where if you're listening in one mood, you might just catch the bars and be like, this is a hard track. But if you're listening in an emotional mood, you're going to be like, damn, I really hear what the fuck he's saying on this one. Oh, shit. So I think it's one of them tracks that a lot of people are going to be able to listen to, and it's not like you have to be sad to hear it. That's the big thing, too, that I really was trying to work on with this one. Like, not making sad music, but music that's more like get up, fight type shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I feel this way, and my brain is saying this, but I know that's not entirely true, and I know I'm gonna make the best out of my situation, and we got this. That's kind of the whole theme of the album, is like, we're coming from here, everyone's saying we ain't shit, but we're gonna show them that we are. We got this. Let's go. Work on something. Get up every day and work on something. There's another track called For the Record. It's the outro track, and that's the first bars on the song is, I wake up, get to working, I'm gonna make it, that's for certain. They don't see the sacrifices I done made to be deserving. And that just kind of speaks for the entire album, man. You're gonna get a lot of real life shit like that. There's a little storytelling on there too. I got a song called Whispers. I'm just kind of giving the track by track now. I hope you don't mind.
No, I haven't.
But yeah, there's a song called Whispers, my dude DJ Immaculate produced, and it's a storytelling song, like just straight up. It's like just this eerie tale. I'm not going to tell what the story is about, but it's entirely fictional, and I had fun making that. So there's different vibes on the song, man. You got different vibes on the album. You got your songs to smoke your weed to. You got your songs to think to. But then I also got some shit that's, more fictional and more storytelling than what Gibby Stites has been in the past. So I'm really looking forward to people hearing this project as a whole and letting me know what they like the most.
Hell yeah. And they don't have to wait much longer because it comes out everywhere this Friday.
Oh my god. Sorry, I got so excited for that new Gibby Stites album.
Fuck yeah, man. And tell us about this super dope Justin Parker Goosebumps R.L. Stein sick ass fucking artwork on this band.
Yes, bro. There we go. That's the part that I skipped over. So shout out to Justin Parker, first and foremost, of Horrible Home Video, aka Killator of Corpse Circus, and not DJ Drankenstein. So like I said, I'm gonna take it back to like last year. It was like late last year when we were like wrapping up the 13th Wonder shit. I was working on Illville simultaneously on my own time, and I had hit Justin because he did regularly scheduled programming, my last album, my last LP. And when he made that album cover, I hit him up with the concept, and he went so hard doing it, man. Like, the way he does these covers, y'all, is like, first off, he takes an actual picture of me. I had to hold a sign. I had to go outside, find a street sign. I held the street sign. And then he took that photo photoshopped it, drew around it, turned me into a monster, created that entire city. He created that whole fucking city, building by building. He just really takes so much time making these covers, dude. Like, people think he just draws them, and a lot of the time, there's so much more that goes into it. So anyway, when he did the regularly scheduled programming cover, I hit him up the day before the album came out. I said, I need a flyer. And I said, the album kind of looks like some Goosebumps shit. What do you think? And he made like this Goosebumps, kind of like what you're looking at now for Welcome to Illville. He had done a similar theme, and he said, this is what you should do for your LPs so people want to collect them. Like, you fuck with Goosebumps. This shit is dope. Your name looks dope with the Goosebumps font. So let's keep that going for the next album. So when I knew the album was Welcome to Illville, I immediately saw the cover in my head. I was like, one day at Horrorland, this is going to be fucking sick. And when I hit Justin, he already knew what to do, man. He I want to say he knocked this shit out in like 2 or 3 days. I remember he went to town on this, bro. Like, he was just like fucking going in on Welcome to Illville for 2 to 3 days straight, just killing it. And he did all the merch designs, man. The Gibby Stites Goosebumps logo that you're seeing, the album cover that you're seeing. I'm trying to think what more to say about this. He's just the fucking dude, bro. The wall flag, the fucking wall flag.
That's what I got on the screen is the flag, because it's the biggest image. But that's dope, man. I want the book. I'm trying to read this book, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, dog. Yeah, man. Shout out to Justin Parker, man. Fucking killed the artwork. Always killing the work for the Gibby. But yeah, I told myself back in 2019 when I found him, I was like, one of my goals. This is so funny. My goals in life are not that crazy. I told myself one of my goals in life is to have this guy Justin do all my artwork one day. I told myself that. I don't think I ever told him this. I never told him this because we don't have weird conversations like that. But anyway, I told myself that. I was a fan.
Justin, I know what you mean.
So I was just a fan of his shit. I was buying his shirts. I was looking at his artwork, and I was like, man, that would be dope as fuck if this guy was like my guy one day. And look, 2 years later, look where we're at. He's like my best friend. He has to deal with my bullshit all the time. It's fucking great, man. Shout out to Justin.
Shout out to Justin. Go buy some shit, man. HorribleHomeMovies.com.
Yeah, man. HorribleHomeVideo.com. CorpseCircus.com. DJ Drankenstein just dropped a new CD. Gibby Stites is on it.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
That's my laughter when I want you to buy something.
Is it? Jesus.
Go pre-order Welcome to Illville.
That's right. MNEstore.com. You can get the flag bundle. You can get the fucking glow-in-the-dark fucking t-shirt. You can get a fucking beanie.
Get that glow-in-the-dark t-shirt. So when you're running from the cops, they know exactly where to find you. In Illville.
Oh, the flag sold out. You can't buy the flag. You missed out.
Damn. Yo, shout out to y'all for selling out the flag twice. The flag sold out a week and a half ago, and I hit up Beeve, and he restocked it. So, holy shit. Shout out to y'all for selling out the flag 2 times. The beanies sold out also a week and a half ago, and they restocked those. But, yeah, dude, shout out to Beeve for the idea of the glow-in-the-dark beanie thread. I didn't even know glow-in-the-dark thread for beanies was a thing until Beeve recommended it. So, shout out to Beeve, the guy, the man, always putting in work behind the scenes over there at Magic Ninja. That's the motherfucking dude.
Amen. Shout out to Beeve all day. Beeve
shout out
enough shout outs. We love you, Jason.
Yeah, we love you, Jason Beeve Sears. Put out the whole government. We love you. Right. Thank you for all your hard work.
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. Welcome to Illville. Comes out this Friday.
Oh my God, it's coming
right now. MNEstore.com. We're getting personal with you tonight, and you can continue the personal journey with Gibby on his new record. We're gonna dive deep into Illville.
You must dive into my city.
Okay, coming soon.
It will get you ready. It will get you ready for what is to come.
Oh shit.
Oh yes, there's always more on the way.
So speaking of more on the way, not to promote the record that comes out Friday, which everyone's already pre-ordering right now at MNEstore.com and pre-saving on Spotify.
Yeah.
You mentioned somewhere, I don't know where, probably on the internet, I would assume, because that's where you are, is the return of Night of the Gibby Dead.
Yes, the return of the Gibby Dead is going down this Halloween.
Oh shit!
There was no need to hide it. as you said, not to draw any attention away from Welcome to Illville, but Welcome to Illville comes out in 4 days. I'm sure people got their pre-orders in for that, and if not, they're doing so now. But yeah, man, the return of the Gibby Dead is coming. It will coincide with Hollow Bleed, so it will be out before I do my Hollow Bleed show with Buckshot. Shout out to the homie Buck. So the first time you will see me perform Return of the Gibby Dead will be at Hollow Bleed. I can confirm that.
Oh shit.
But yeah, he is returning. Stir Crazy is back on the production. Justin Parker is back on the artwork and the accompanying merchandise. And that's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a nice little personal drop. Anybody who was around for Night of the Gibby Dead last year, and you remember how the CDs were rolled out and how the single was dropped, it's going to be the exact same. Like, it's the exact same as Night of the Gibby Dead. So with that said, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. And if you don't know, yeah, there's going to be some cool color options for the physical and all that.
I was going to get one of them, and I didn't. I fucked up on that.
Oh, man, don't worry. The Return of the Gibby Dead, it's coming.
Fuck yeah. So
there's going to be an exclusive skit that's only... I'm just going off on this now. There's going to be an exclusive skit that's only available on the hard copy CD. I got this guy. He sounds like the dude from Michael Jackson Thriller in the beginning. It's really dope. He does this whole fucking intro where he's hyping me up about how dead I am.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm rather dead. For people who don't know, the last Night of the Gibby Dead, the CD had a rare intro where Justin Parker read my eulogy.
Well, thank God you're still alive.
Uh-huh.
But you're dead only when on that night, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. On that night, I'm dead. Then I return. I'm alive, but I'm dead inside. I'm alive, but I'm dead inside. I'm alive, and I don't know why.
Fuck
Sorry. Would you rather me do Tears of Gold?
You can do them both. I need to clip them. I'm going to clip these out.
Don't you know that I cry tears of gold for you? Grady, I pour for you.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, send that with a Grady Finch.
There it is, man. Replicon Radio exclusive. Gibby sings Oh the Horror.
Exclusive. Gibby Oki right there.
And if anybody ever wondered why Gibby is a rapper and not a singer, we just learned.
You just got a prime example.
We just went deep into motherfucking Illville with that one.
Yeah, that was deep into the Illville. That's what, if y'all want to hear the styles of Welcome to Illville, it's a little bit of that.
That was some audio.
It's a little bit of that.
Some audio kisses for your pop-up shop.
Could you imagine if you press play on Welcome to Illville and the first song was the Dead Inside remix of Gibby Stites?
That'd be incredible.
That would be incredible. We'll talk about this for Illville 2.0.
You just have, or you'll have me singing it. Jesus, that could be even better.
Stir Crazy says remix.
Hell yeah.
I finally turned the chat comments on. I
don't
know
the
why
Horror will probably they'll probably cut that and make their own little remix like they did with the
Pumpkins and Peaches.
Yeah,
yo, that is the best video on the internet of 2021, I believe.
I
have you watched that video? Just look at Winnegar's face the whole time. It's fucking amazing. It's the great, he genuinely doesn't know what's about to happen, and they made it happen.
It's so good. Fuck yeah, man, that shit's hilarious. Speaking of dope ass artwork, you dropped a motherfucking comic book at Astronomicon.
The Adventures of Bacon Boy, issue number 1.
What is Gibby Stites not doing, first of all? But
man, I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not singing, that's for sure. Yeah, so thank God for that. Nah, but man, I love writing. I thoroughly enjoy writing. And I love artwork, but I cannot draw for shit. I have a shaky hand. It just is what it is. I cannot draw a straight line to save my fucking life. So when I was a kid, before writing songs, I used to write short stories. And they were just weird short stories. I don't know, I read a lot of Stephen King and shit as a kid because my mom had them books around. And I would just write these weird short stories about creepy things that didn't make sense. But then also it's I would read Captain Underpants books, and I would read fucking Batman and Spider-Man comic books that my brother had, and I always wanted I would draw these comic books when I was a kid, but they were always comedy. They weren't super action-packed with these thought-out plots and shit. It was always just so funny. So with that said, Bacon Boy was a thing from my childhood. When I was 8-9 years old, I used to make these comics I would draw the stick figures. I would draw Bacon Boy. He would be a piece of bacon with a cape. Honestly, he looks exactly like how he looks now, just a lot better. But I would draw these comic books, dude, and I would take them to the library, and I would make copies of them and staple them together and try to sell them for $1 on the playground and shit, because that's what the kids did in the Captain Underpants books, and that's what was inspiring me at the time. And as I got older, just kind of dropped a lot of that stuff. Like, I stopped. I don't even read as much as I used to. You know what I mean? I don't have the time. Working on music always, living my life or whatever. So recently, knowing Astro was coming up, especially, I was like, man, if there was ever a time to experiment with getting my Bacon Boy idea out, this is the time. Yeah, hell yeah, it's up on the screen now, I see. Yeah. But so it's funny because, Doug, like, I locked in like 3 months ago. It was in the time in between the EP and Welcome to Illville being announced. Like, I had my album wrapped up, ready to go, and I kind of had some time to work on extracurricular shit. And I remember sitting at nighttime, right, with a stack of notebook paper, and I drew the entire comic book. If you've read Bacon Boy, I drew and wrote that entire comic book the way you see it, but with stick figures.
They sold out before I made it to Astronomicon.
God damn, I'm so sorry, Pete. They're back in stock right now. The reissue is in stock right now. They did sell out within 12 hours, all 50 copies, and I'm so fucking grateful for that.
That's dope.
But, dude, I did not expect people to care this much about my comedic bacon adventures. With that said, it is hilarious. It's fucking funny. It's great. But, dude, I'm drawing these stick figures, and I'm drawing my shitty pieces of bacon, and I swear in the back of my head, I'm like, you are wasting so much time right now. Like, I don't know what was making me think that, but I'm just like, dude, you're a grown man. You're drawing bacon. What are you doing? You're not writing bars. You should be writing bars. You're drawing bacon.
He's writing bacon bars.
So, with that said, like, man, when I found the illustrator, that's what made me, like, know this shit could be real. I sent it. All right, so let me just tell the story. I hit up, like, 3 people to illustrate Bacon Boy. The first 2 people did not get it at all. Like, they were like, no, we are serious artists. We make fucking comic books about
like
people.
Just like professional artists you didn't know. You just sent them the idea.
Like, basically, like, I had to send people this pre-typed email I had where I was like, hey, I'm working on this comic book. I see you're an illustrator. And then they would be like, well, what's your comic about? And then I had to somehow tell them that it's a comedy piece about bacon, but it's serious. Like, yeah, it's a joke. Everything in it is a joke, but I'm really going to press this up and sell it to people. The same way Seth Rogen really makes movies. You know what I mean? Like, we need comedy in the world. Yeah. So, but I remember the first guy literally said to me, he was just a dude I found on Fiverr. He was like, I'm sorry, but I don't do anything just childish. And I was like, oh, well, mister. So anyway, man, I found my dude Oscar who drew this one, and he specializes. He does a lot of shit. He's from Argentina, and not only does he illustrate comic books, he also draws like hentai. So he draws like fucking anime girls getting fucked and stuff. Yeah. And then he also draws like children's books. It's insane the range that this man has. So I knew he was my guy.
Yes.
I was like, Oscar, you are my fucking guy, bro. You draw hentai and children's books in the same day. Let's get it. Draw my bacon. And yo, I'll never forget. Him said to me, because I sent him my ideas. I was like, this is Bacon Boy. He has a cape. You know, he's very serious. I told him he has bacon grease vision. Dude, next thing I know, Oscar sent me like all this shit. He was like, yeah, these are like the guns that he has. These are his weapons. He made all this like character design for Bacon Boy that I didn't even play. Like, he took it so seriously. Yeah. And I appreciate the fuck out of him for that. So anyway, man, we got Bacon Boy.
I'm going to have to fucking write this into the story now. This motherfucker's got guns.
He turned it into some real shit. He's like, look, he's got this bacon gun, and it does this with bacon.
That's
everything
dope.
Involves bacon. But yeah, man, I'm working on. Yeah, broccoli. Broccoli is he's a piece of broccoli that says bro a lot. He's trying to avenge his people because they've been poured into the heating duct by children who doesn't want to eat them. Like, basically, that's the plot line of this first issue. The children don't want to eat their broccoli, so they dump it in the heating duct. Over time, it becomes mutated, turns into broccoli, and then he wants to dip the children in hot cheese because that's how their mother tried to serve him and his people.
And Bacon Boy is there.
Yeah, Bacon Boy shows up with the bacon grease vision, and he saves the day. It's lit. It's amazing. Bacon Boy issue number 1 reprint available now at GibbyStites.com.
So is this?
Shout out to Illust.
Is this a story you wrote when you were a kid? Like this? Is this the same story?
No. I actually revamped it. I can't remember how they went when I was a kid. I don't think they made sense when I was a kid. I think he was just a piece of bacon, and I would just pick a fruit or something, and they would just fight a bunch. I don't think there was like a real plot line to it back then.
I gotcha.
Like there wasn't as much thought that went into it back then. So with that said, no, this is a brand new story that my 25-year-old brain came up with. So as you're reading this, yes, a 25-year-old came up with all of this. I don't know if I should be ashamed or proud, but I'll just be a little bit of both.
I mean, you sold 50 books, and now you're about to sell out of.
Hell yeah, 50. I couldn't believe we sold 50 of them within 12 hours, 25 online, 25 in person. And then what's even better is we dropped the reissue with the variant cover by Javon Jordan, a.k.a. Illust Illuminati, super dope rapper and comic book illustrator.
Fuck yeah.
Man, the variant cover sold out within 2 days. Like within 48 hours, we sold 50 of the variant cover, and we've sold a nice amount of copies of the second edition reprint. So I appreciate everyone who got the pre-orders in for the reprint and the variant cover.
I got one of those.
Fuck yes. They should be shipping out in the next 2 to 3 weeks. By October 1st is what I am aiming for. So,
fuck yeah, man.
Everybody who got your order in, you will be having your bacon by October 1st, most likely. I will keep you updated as they get printed and sent to me and all that good shit.
Fuck yeah, man. So if you want to get one, go to GibbyStites.com right now and pick up one.
Yes, sir. Issue number 2 will not be out until like Christmas, like wintertime, definitely not until December or January, most likely. It's going to take a while for issue number 2 to get rolling, but that's just how it is.
Fuck yeah, man. That's exciting. That's so dope that you're doing comic books.
I'm so happy about it because it's totally my thing. It's just like, man, it's so goofy. It's so comedic. I did it on my time, which makes me happy. Like, I didn't really have to pull. Like, I'm sure I could have, like, hit up George and be like, yo, and like got some connections and whatever, but I kind of, where I didn't know if anyone would take Bacon Boy seriously, I didn't want to waste anyone's time with the first edition. You know what I mean? I was kind of like, this is on me. If I spend time and money making my bacon comic and nobody cares, I'm not going to waste anyone else's time with it. So with that said, like being at Astro and Dirk Manning found me, he tracked me down and he grabbed a copy. I was so fucking hyped. I was like, what? I was like, Dirk Manning wants a copy of my bacon comic. This is amazing.
That's dope. Shout out to Dirk Manning too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Dirk for showing some love to the Gibby.
Yeah, that's so. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's sick," and then I didn't get one. But then you.
I'm so sorry, but
good,
you
man.
Got the reissue, and honestly, the reissue. I mean, look, I understand for money and collecting purposes, the first 50 are super rare, but the reissue has typos fixed. So, like, really, if you want it for reading purposes, the reissue is the way to go.
Now you got to hook up with Drina Joe, and get the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 issues edited in advance.
Yes, I do need to do that. I did not get that was the thing too. Like the first issue where Oscar's from Argentina, we had like some language barriers to get over. But what upset me was I was like, damn, I'm the writer. When you look on the front, it says written by Gibby Stites. So when they see a typo, everyone's just gonna be like, damn, Gibby don't know English.
Right. It's all your fault, man. It's your comic. It's your fault.
Yeah, it's all my fault, man. But I had Justin edit.
Misprints.
I had Justin edit one of the pages for me to fix some of the typos, and man, he was fucking with me. I wish I could send you the picture to pop up on the screen. I sent him the one page, and he fixed the typos, but he like altered the faces of the children, and I didn't notice at first. And I like it. Oh, it was so fucking funny. He like just gave them these really funny faces and shit.
That's awesome.
And I was like, bro, can you like, give me the real version? And then he did.
That's the shit.
Like, could you imagine sending somebody something to fix a typo and then they send it back with like more jokes on it? Like they just completely memed the shit out of me. Shout out to Justin.
Fuck yeah, man. That's perfect. Pick up a copy of Bacon Boy, GibbyStites.com right now. The variant sold out. You stole my artist on something I can't talk about yet, but shout out to Illust Illuminati.
Yo, man, Illust Illuminati is the dude. Shout out to him. We also got some music that'll be coming eventually, so keep your eyes peeled.
Noise 13 said, "Oh shit, Bacon Boy hentai on the way."
Yeah, man, no doubt. Making bacon.
Kara says, "Draw me like your meat products."
I have no comment. I have no comment that will not get me in trouble.
That's funny.
I don't want to get canceled.
Fuck yeah, man. That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. All kinds of shit from Gibby, man. We got a new comic book. We got a new album. You already talked about you're doing Hollow Bleed. Even though it technically hasn't been announced yet, I already know that you're going to be at Camp Zool. What?
Well, maybe not. There's been some scheduling things I wasn't going to talk about. I may not be at Camp Zool. I'm sorry to the people who were looking forward to seeing me there, but due to some scheduling issues, I probably won't be there now.
Oh. Well,
I'm sorry. I know that is not the bomb everybody wanted right now. I know that's the exact opposite of what was supposed to happen.
It's all good. We're dropping
shout out to Billy and Lee and Joe and Whip and A and Rick Mo and everybody over at LLE. It is absolutely nothing but love. When I say scheduling, I mean scheduling. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to be there. But yeah, man, shout out to all the fucking LLE family for showing me love and all that good shit.
For sure. But people will get to see it. Hollow Bleed. Is there any more talks or conversations about getting you back on the road and getting you out in front of those people now that you finally got to do it at Astro?
Yeah, well, we're doing this Gibby's Day Off show in Providence, Rhode Island on September 11th. I mean, my bad, October 11th. Okay. September 11th happened. September 11th happened. That's gone. That's done.
It really did happen. It's true.
But yeah. October 11th, I will be in Providence, Rhode Island for Gibby's Day Off. That's like one of my first headlining shows. I just headlined in Texas, but I'm looking forward to headlining on the East Coast. So that's going to be a big fucking event, man. We're going to have a lot of games there, a lot of weed there, things of that nature, a lot of performers and such. And then Hollow Bleed going down that same week. And then other things I cannot announce yet. I cannot announce just yet as far as live performances.
But there will be more live performances.
There will be more. Oh, no doubt. I'm still alive, except for in October when I die for one day.
But that's just one day.
Yes. Then the Gibby Dead returns, and then the living Gibby returns.
Then the living Gibby returns.
When the living Gibby returns. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Hell yeah. Shit. So many things coming up, though. There's so many things to look forward to.
I'm pumped. Everybody listening, you guys should be pumped. The new album drops this Friday. The comic book's available for pre-order right now. There's new merch over at GibbyStites.com, including a pre-order for a brand new t-shirt that you just dropped like yesterday, right?
Yes, designed by Justin Parker. Hey. Yeah, the new tee. Damn, which one is that? We have so many lined up. Oh yeah, the What's Playing Tonight tee. That shit is so dope.
Not even Gibzilla collabo.
Yes,
you're collabing with yourself
the Gibby Dead. There's a little bit of Hello Gibby in there on the bottom even. Yes, I love this fucking design, dude. So it's a concept Justin came up with. He's done it for Corpse Circus before, where he takes just a lot of your logos and comes up with a theme and mashes them together to look almost like an ad of some sort. So when he did it for Corpse Circus, he made it look like an old comic book ad. And then when he did mine, he was like, yo, it's like a drive-in movie theater flyer. And I was like, fucking get out of here. So this is what he did, man. Tonight's lineup on Gib TV, we have Night of the Gibby Dead and Gibzilla kicking off at 9 p.m. And we also have Hello Gibby every day at 3 p.m. And yeah, man, it's a nice collage of some of my dopest fucking designs from the last year or two. And shout out to him for the concept on this one.
Fuck yeah, man. Go buy it.
Grab that pre-order, man. This will be shipping by October 7th. You can have this in time for spooky season.
There you go, man. Go pick up the t-shirt. Go pick up the album. Go pick up the comic book. Go look for
everything.
Go subscribe to the YouTube channel and watch some more Gib TV.
Yes, look for the new music video dropping this Friday with the album for Time of Day. Produced by Charlie Beans.
Charlie Beans. So much shit.
So much going on at all times. Yeah, go to the Gibby Stites YouTube channel and set a reminder if you have not already. New music video dropping on Friday.
Fuck yeah, man. Everything. Time of day drops.
Time of day.
It's going down, man.
Yup.
MNEstore.com. Yeah. Pre-order the record. GibbyStites.com. Pre-order the shirt. Pick up the comic book while supplies last, because they are very limited. They've already sold out twice.
That is true.
And don't sleep on my man. He's got dope hats.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. What I don't know. Anybody else got any questions or anything while we still got Gibby? And we're gonna play some music too. I'll tell you what I got lined up here.
Ooh, what you got lined up?
I think we already talked about a lot of it, but hold on, let me get this off of my screen.
We got some Bon Jovi, "Living on a Prayer."
That's right. I got word of
Bengals.
mouth. Word of mouth. Help me. Gone with the Wind. You Can Miss Me. Make 'Em Smile. What Lurks with Noise and Lex.
Yes.
And we'll throw back Boost Mobile.
Ooh, goddamn, the Boost Mobile. That's a good throwback. That's a 4-year throwback.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the Boost Mobile was off the Family Tree 3 mixtape, which is temporarily not available on Spotify, but will be back because I had to clear some samples.
Oh, shit.
But you can get hard copies at GibbyStites.com.
Mary's hoping that you'll have a live show near Indiana, Michigan.
Near Indiana, I will see what I can do. I will say this, like in the next 2 years, you will see me in every state. That's my goal.
There you go.
You'll see me in every state, even like Hawaii. I'll even go to Hawaii. All right, I might be lying about Hawaii. Don't hold me to that.
Fuck yeah. All kinds of shit. I'll go. Take me. Somebody book me and Gibby will come to Hawaii.
Yeah, we'll come to Hawaii. We'll wear your shirts and everything with the flowers all over.
We'll wear some shirts and everything. Okay.
Yo, me and you we could totally dress Hawaiian. Like me and you. Think about me and P in Hawaii. That's a movie. That's a fucking TV show, bro. They should give us a TV show, and it's just me and you in Hawaii. Like we get stuck there.
I'm totally down. Let's do it.
I love this. All right, we're making connections here.
Like, yeah. Who's got the movie hookup?
It'll be a straight to Netflix movie.
I'm down. Y'all all do Gorefest next year. I'd love to. I wanted to go this year.
Yeah.
I wanted to be out there, but it's just so tough with all the traveling we did.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody who was at Gorefest, though. Shout out to Kara, she made it. And shout out to fucking Lex. Him and Kid Savage went out there and tore the stage down. Shout out to LSP for all their dope announcements all weekend. 3 new artists added, I believe, to the roster.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers are killing it, man. It looked like everybody had a great time. They had Esham out there. It's one of my favorites. Look, I was keeping up with Gorefest all weekend, wishing I was there. So shout out to everybody, man. That looked like such a dope time, man. Shout out to big homie Scum out here just holding it down for the underground.
All day, man. Hell yeah. Somebody had a question earlier, man, and I was going to ask it. Now I can't find it. Fucking shit.
Well, to answer your question, my boxers are currently red.
Somebody asked that question?
That's the question, was it not?
I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not looking. I'm going. I'm in the back. I'm trying to find an old question. You can see it. If you can see it. Ask. Somebody asked earlier about the NWA reference on the record and what kind of inspired it. If something along those.
What inspired it? That was a Jamie thing, 100%. But let me say this, like, "Boys in the Hood," one of my favorite tracks of all time, just because like Eazy-E has such a high-pitched voice, and I too got a weird voice. But he has such a high-pitched voice, and he said the most gangster shit with that voice. I love that. So I always fucked with Eazy-E when I was a kid, because I had a high-pitched voice too. So I used to sing Boys in the Hood, and I would pretend I was Eazy-E, and it would make me feel better about my high-pitched little voice at the time. But, yeah, man, so with that said, I always fucked with that song. I watched the NWA movie. I watched Straight Outta Compton in the theaters like 5 times. I own the DVD. I watch it like once a month at least. So with that said, I've always been a huge Eazy fan. And when I went to the studio, to the dojo, I walked in and Jamie had Post-it notes on the wall. Like he'll have Post-it notes on the wall with like song ideas and shit. You know what I mean? Like unfinished songs or concepts or whatever. So when I walked in, he was like, "Yo, this is the Gibby wall." And I looked and he had like 4 Post-it notes. And one of them said, "I heard you got signed." One of them said, "You Can Miss Me." And I was like, "Yo, what's this one? You Can Miss Me." And he was like, "Oh, don't worry, bro. We're going to get to it. You're going to hear it. I want you to hear it first." Like he didn't want to explain it to me. He just wanted me to hear it. You know what I mean? So I knew it had to be dope. So he tells Fritz, he's like, "Yo, play You Can Miss Me. Play that one." And as soon as it starts off, all he said was, "Man, it's like an Eazy-E homage." And I was like, "Huh?" And I looked up because, again, love Eazy-E. And I didn't expect that. I didn't expect Jamie to start our studio session with that. So Fritz hit play, and it was Jamie. He had just laid down the hook before I walked in. Like, he was writing the hook and shit. He had just laid it down, and Fritz hit play, and it was "So the rhymes in my mind are always hard." And instantly I was like, "Dog, that's one of my favorite songs of all time." Like, that's, oh, shit. So that immediately gave me good vibes. You know what I mean? I was like, we're clearly vibing well if we're inspired by the same things.
Right.
I didn't actually ask, like, I didn't ask him, like, damn, what made you want to do that? I just assumed he fucked with that song as much as I did. And when he heard the beat, it just came to mind like that. But I love the way that he flipped it to where, you know, like the rhymes in my mind are always hard instead of the boys in the hood.
Fuck yeah, man. No, it's
I
super
definitely
dope.
like the way that he flipped that. So me and Jamie worked on that, and then he was like, yo, I'm going to get Blaze on here. And then Boondocks wound up hopping on it. I didn't even know Boondocks was getting on that track in particular. I thought, like, me and Jamie were like, he was like, I'm going to play Booney a couple tracks from the album and see what he wants to hop on. I just wasn't expecting that track to be real. I thought he was going to get on Feel This Way maybe because it's kind of emotional, and I know he'd be getting on his emotional shit as well. But I didn't expect Boondocks to want to get down on You Can Miss Me. Not that it's not even that I didn't expect him to want to. I just didn't think of it as an option even. It was just so like gangster rap, if you would. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when they hit me and were like, "Yo, Dirty just got on You Can Miss Me," I was like, "What?" Like that shit. That blew my mind. That feature of all the features on that project blew my mind because I didn't expect him to even be on there or even like really hear that track. So to know that he heard it, wanted to get on it, I was like, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Shout out to
fuck
David.
Yeah. In the words of Gibby, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, hell yeah. That's what it is, man. That shit's dope. It's hella catchy as fuck, too. So as soon as that comes on.
The rhymes in my mind are always hard.
As soon as that comes on, you can't help but the fucking vibe. So
the rhymes in my mind. Oh.
Go ahead, keep singing, bro.
The rhymes in my mind. Oh, that's all I know. I'm a poser.
Oh.
I only know that part of the song.
I feel you. I only know that I'm alive but I'm dead inside part. So
that's the only part I know of the whole Gibby Stites album is the part where he says, "I cry tears of gold for you."
Yeah, that's a good part.
Yeah, he said that, right? That was him.
Yes. Yeah, I have it.
Everybody.
I actually have it on video.
Everybody pre-order Welcome to Illville. It features singles such as Dead Inside and Groceries.
That's right.
Okay, I lied. Those aren't my singles. I'm just using them for the clout. Shout out to Oh the Heart.
But you can still pre-order the record right now at eminystore.com.
Yes, you can. And it features hit singles such as Gone with the Wind, featuring Ubiquitous, and Time of Day, Long Day, all the days.
That's right. Every day of the motherfucking week. And you can check out the video this Friday, same day the album drops on all streaming platforms.
Yes, Time of Day. Check out that video. I directed that video. I'm super proud of it. So check it out. When you see all the trippy shit going on, I did that.
And there you go, man. We did it.
I didn't edit it, actually. I didn't edit it. I just directed it. Like, I helped film it. I bought the smoke bombs and stuff and all that. You know, I picked the color schemes. Shout out to my homie Vaults, who did the editing.
Look at Gibby Stites doing everything, man. Directing his own videos, putting out comic books, getting his own music done, killing it.
Killing it.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Swagging, yeah.
Swagging out at Astronomicon for everybody. Rocking
dressed up like a big ball of cotton candy.
Rocking that fanny pack all motherfucking night long. God knows what's in that thing.
Wait a minute, I didn't have the fanny pack. That was Whip. Whip had the fanny pack.
I don't care. You got one too now.
I should have a fanny pack.
Whip always has a fanny pack, but you got one.
He does. He's got the custom Super Famous Fun Time Guys one that I want.
The super fanny pack.
Super Fanny Fun Pack Guys.
That's him.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah. Well, I lost the background music. There's all kinds of shit going on over here. Go pick up the new record, man. Welcome to Illville. It comes out this Friday. Gibby, you got any last words, any shout outs? Remind everybody where to follow you. Tell them all that stuff, and we're going to play some music.
Word. First and foremost, man, you can find me online, Gibby Stites, GIBBYSTITES. It's spelled out on the screen right now. Instagram, Spotify, Twitter, Facebook, GibbyStites.com. Everywhere, every social media. Go find me there. And let me give my long shout-out list. I'm going to forget some people, and I hope they don't come assassinate me later. But shout out to Charlie Beans, DJ Immaculate, Stir Crazy, Justin Parker, Killator of Corpse Circus. Shout out to God damn, so many shout outs, man. Shout out to all the supporters, man. Shout out to everybody who listens and fucks with me and purchases my stuff and gives me words of encouragement, and y'all relate to what I say. You give me some purpose out here. I sincerely appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to Lex the Hexmaster, the Shadow King. Shout out to Godson's been in the chat all night. Shout out to Shout out to how Mary and Kara all been in the chat all night. Just giving all the shout outs right now, man. Shout out to Magic Ninja Entertainment and George for everything that he does for the homie out here. And yeah, man. Shout out to Shade45 for playing some Gibby Stites.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Rapper B.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Rapper B for having such a good rapper name. Nah, but for real, man. Most importantly, shout out to Replicon Radio. I appreciate y'all having me on for the second time, and I appreciate you guys having me on the first time when a lot of people didn't know who I was. So, real talk, man. You guys are the shit. Thank you.
Oh, we love you, man.
No,
we love you, buddy.
No, we gotta end it.
I always say you're my little brother, even though you're not my little brother, but I feel like you're my little brother. And
hell yeah, I appreciate that. That's why I said we should be in Hawaii wearing matching shirts together. That's a goal.
Let's do it.
I told you my goals aren't that crazy, so you know.
I mean, you guys can save that for the honeymoon.
Hey, they gotta buy my whole discography first.
Hawaii pop-up shops, baby.
Yeah, Hawaiian pop-up shop. Come see us.
Come see us at the Hawaii pop-up shop. Make sure you pre-order the new album.
Return of the Gibby Dead Honolulu edition.
There you go, man. I'm down.
I'm gonna be like Buckshot with all the variant editions. We'll have the Honolulu edition.
Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah, bro.
Shout out to Buckshot. Yeah, I forgot that one. Shout out to Buckshot, mob style.
Shout out to Buckshot.
You better stop me before I shout out everybody.
You're good, man. You're shout out all the people that I shout out to. I love all those people, so.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Oh the Horror.
Shout out to Oh the Horror.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Red, Mac Mao, Illy Maine, KYNE.
You said a bunch of stuff I don't know now.
I think you said
shout out to all of them.
I think you said shout out to KY Jelly.
Oh, shit.
Somewhere in there.
That's what's up.
It depends on the flavor and the scent.
I heard he went sensitive with his new album.
He did. It's true. He did.
Yes.
Hell yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us again, man. Hopefully, we'll have you back before 2.5 years. Now that you're like a big star, we'll have you on more often. But
fuck yeah! If I'm not on every 365 days, I'll cry a little bit.
Yeah, once a year. If it's starting to get down to like, oh shit, it's been a year.
I'm gonna message you. I'm gonna be like, hey P, it's September 12th, 2022. What you doing, bro?
Yeah. Like, well, clearly we're gonna have you back on the show.
Yeah.
So, there you go, man. Hell yeah, brother. Well, it's always a pleasure talking to you, man. I'm looking forward to hearing the record. Hopefully everybody picks it up. Hopefully it charts all over the charts, whatever charts there are. Make sure you guys get Gibby on them. Stream it. Buy it. Spin
Hell
it.
yeah. Eat the pie chart.
That's right, man. Hell yeah, bro.
Pumpkin pie chart.
We love you, man. You're already part of the family, so I don't have to welcome you, but thanks for being a part of our Replicon Radio family. We love you, little brother.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, man. All right, everybody else, we're going to play some music. So if you're tuned in on YouTube, it's going to end. And that's unfortunate for you, but you can come back later if you're tuned into the replay. None of that even matters. And head on over to repliconradio.com.
Yeah, as I say, they don't have to be missed out on the music. They can head over to repliconradio.com and listen to it.
That's right. Repliconradio.com. Head on over to repliconradio.com. Gibby, we're hanging up on you. I love you.
Love you too, dog. Hang up on the boy.
Peace.
See ya, homie.
So I don't got to feel bad about it.
Yeah, you're good. And we're going to take a break. We're going to play some music. Oh, God. What is that? What is happening right now?
Chaos.
We'll be back.